All right, there we go. All right. All right. So in this video, I want to talk about semicolons. All right. Semicolons, do what commas can't, right? Um, and they have essentially two functions, really. They join independent clauses, primarily without coordinating conjunctions. Um, so I went to the store, semicolon, I bought milk, right? And we see that there, that the house stood empty for years, semicolon, no one would buy it. Okay. Grover was covered in fur, semicolon, he wore a helmet and cape when fighting crime. You know. He went below and lit the fuse, semicolon, then, comma, right, conjunctive adverb there. He returned to the deck. Or the turtle survived his two-story fall, semicolon. However, comma, another conjunctive adverb. He was never quite the same again. We also will use independent clauses for, for example, if you've got like three or more independent clauses together, right? And I'm making this face because it's kind of discouraged for you to do that, but you could then employ semicolons to kind of help hold those ideas together rather than just independent clause, comma, and independent clause, comma, and independent clause, right? Because you slide very easily into this kind of run-on, um, business there. So we could use semicolons in that case to kind of keep things on the up and up. But for the most part, we'd want to stay away from, this kind of put two independent clauses together, either with a semicolon by itself or a comma and a coordinating conjunction, and just kind of leave it there and then move on to a new sentence. Now, semicolons also, we use them in lists that already use commas, right, to keep things clear. So in the first example, I have a list of dependent clauses. He said that he lent his neighbor his axe, semicolon, and then on the next day, comma, needing his axe, comma, he had gone to get it, semicolon, and that his neighbor had denied borrowing it. Right. So, we use semicolons there to eliminate some of the confusion, but also because we're dealing with some heavy, like those clauses. So we use semicolons. Now, I think the perfect example of eliminating confusion is the second here. My favorite authors include John Collins, Old Testament scholar at Yale School of Divinity, semicolon, Bart Ehrman, comma, New Testament scholar at UNC, comma, Chapel Hill, semicolon, E.P. Sanders, comma, New Testament scholar formerly of Duke University, semicolon, and Elaine Pagels, comma, New Testament and Gnosticism scholar at Princeton. So we really do need, if we just used commas there, it would just be a sea of, just kind of this information to try to sort through. But those semicolons really help us establish the list clearly. All right, there we are.